At 22, I sat down with my conservative Midwestern parents to deliver my big news. Mom, Dad, I'm not going to take the job as a paralegal in the Washington, D.C. law firm. Instead, I'm going to become a union organizer for the Amalgamated Clothing and Textile Workers Union. And they said nothing. They just stared at me. So I thought maybe they didn't understand. And I just needed to keep talking. You know, they're people who aren't union, and I'm going to help them become union. I'm going to travel across the country, passing out leaflets, knocking on doors, holding union meetings. I am going to be a foot soldier in the quest for economic justice. My mother was the first to speak. Your father is very concerned about this. Oh, no, there's no reason to be concerned. It's the 90s. Bill Clinton is president. You know, don't stop thinking about tomorrow. Don't stop. It'll soon be here. You know, it's not like Norma Ray. Companies aren't going to waste time and money fighting unions. That was my father's cue. Katie, he said, I think you might face a little more opposition. Now, my father's words gave me pause because even though I had chosen to become a union organizer, I actually hate confrontation. And more importantly, I suck at it. So as I flew down to Conway, Arkansas to help organize a cabinet-making factory, my father's words stayed with me. Now, the union organizing campaign started on a Friday night with home visits, and I knocked on my first door. A woman in her late 40s opened it up, and Lou, short for Luann, immediately smiled when she found out I was with the union and invited me in. Over coffee and Jell-O cake, she told me about her job. Katie, it's awful. We have nothing. I've been there for 10 years. No raises, no health care. The plant manager, he's a lunatic. He's running the factory into a ground. He's totally mismanaging it. People are so afraid of him. But he can't stop you from forming a union, I said. Well, we'll see, Lou said. Monday morning came around, and the workers had agreed to meet me at the ass crack of dawn to pass out leaflets, me at the gate and the workers in the parking lot. Now, as soon as the plant manager pulled in through the gate and got out of the car, I knew immediately who he was. He looked like somebody who regularly wears wife beaters, but does so non-ironically. He started yelling at the workers, telling them that they couldn't leaflet, and everyone turned and looked at me. I immediately started to sweat, and I could feel my skin get all prickly and splotchy. But I had to do something. Lou and her coworkers, they were risking their jobs, and I was afraid. So I slowly started to walk onto the company property. Get the fuck off my property, the plant manager yelled at me. Now, I knew I couldn't out-yell him, because I was very concerned that I would sound really shrill. And also, if I got upset, there was like an 85% chance I would start to cry. So I just kept walking towards him. And I stopped about 2 feet away, and then I took a step closer. We have a right to be here. The workers have a right to leaflet. If you stop them or prevent them, we are going to press charges against you. We are not leaving. You can't be on my property. Yes, I can. There's a 50-foot buffer zone during an organizing campaign. I'm calling the cops. Be my guest. And the plant manager turned around and walked back into the office. Now, as I walked back to the gate, two thoughts ran through my head. First, I may not like confrontation, but in a pinch, I'm a great liar because that 50-foot buffer zone line, total bullshit. And second, bad things were going to happen. Lou, at the next union meeting, told me that a pro-union worker had been fired. Soon, it was 5 workers, then 10, 20, 30, until the night before the election, and 60 workers had been fired. As I drowned my sorrows over Chinese food, I cracked open a fortune cookie. It read, "All is not yet lost." Now that fortune cookie really knew its stuff, because the next day we won that union election. And the look on Lou's face when that last ballot was counted, it was awesome. Victory was so sweet. Except the victory didn't last very long. 6 months after I left town, the plant closed. A year later, I was driving through Conway, and I stopped off at Lou's. I was worried she wouldn't even open the door for me, but she did. And we sat down at the same kitchen table where it all started. And I asked her if she regretted the day I'd ever come knocking at her door. And she said, "No, Katie, you don't understand. We had nothing. We knew that plant could close, union, no union. We were so afraid. For the first time, we stood up, and we won." As I drove out of town that night, I thought to myself, you know, maybe all really is not yet lost.